All right, Rahul Bat and greetings. Welcome to another episode of Am Har Podcast. I'm Har, your host. Let's get right into it. So, first of all, you gotta forgive me. I'm just now getting home from work and I'm tired. With that being said, let's talk about this Eclipse. I've been hearing a lot of talk about the Eclipse, and I hear good talk and negative talk. I hear a lot of weird talk too. One of the things that I am going to discuss pertaining to the Eclipse is the vortex. So a lot of times when you have these different types of eclipse, because of the energy that happens or the energy that's produced when these planets or these eclipses align, and it creates a vortex. Some people have video footage of this phenomenon happening. So it's said that in our doctrine, it's said that through vortexes, that's how extraterrestrials come in and out of different dimensions to get to here, the Milky Way galaxy. They have video footage. Some's fake. I will say that some of this video footage is fake. Some of it looks pretty real to me. Excuse me. Something's in my eye. Just forgive me. But yeah, some of the video footage look pretty real to me. Speaking about extraterrestrials, not too long ago, it was in Mexico, or somewhere around that area. Maybe it was Texas. But this Mexican kid said there was an extraterrestrial that crash landed in his backyard. He gave a full description of it and everything, and it was on CNN. And they tried to make joke about it and say that it looks like someone flew over the cuckoo's nest. But these people aren't crazy, and these people aren't lying. You have multiple people that live in different parts of the world, and they're giving the same story. You know what I mean? It's like these people have no way of interacting with each other, so how is it possible for them to recant the same exact story? Going back to the eclipse, one of the things that happen is there's strong possessions. Like I was just talking to someone, they was like, don't meditate during the eclipse, don't open yourself up because you can get walk-ins. Well, that's true to an extent. It just depends on you, because with the eclipse, it's linked to spirituality too. And what I'm going to say is, like, people have been saying meditate, people have been saying don't meditate, people have been saying to do all the do's and don'ts. I'm going to say like this, according to Musbatu or Wusabat, according to our doctrine, our culture, Master Teacher did say that spirituality is personal, which means that I'll give you the example of a dream. And I'm going to tell y'all a dream that I had literally the night of the eclipse. But if you feel that, man, something ain't right with this eclipse, I ain't rocking with it, it ain't for me, then it's not for you. You don't have to rock with it. You don't have to chant, you don't have to meditate, you don't have to do anything. You could just ignore it, do whatever, if that's how you personally feel in your own spirituality. Because spirituality is personal, and look at it like that, what do you call your thumbprint? What do you call that shit again? I forget what you call it, but no two people, not even twins, have the same thumbprint. I think I'm saying it wrong. I don't know if it's thumbprint, but y'all don't have the same design of the thumb. I don't know. I forget it was right on the tip of my tongue. I want to say thumbnail, but I know it's not no damn thumbnail. But fingerprints. I think that's what it is. No one has the same fingerprints. Yeah, that's it. So look at spirituality like that. Like you might chant at every eclipse. Someone else might meditate. Someone else might just go to sleep. Someone might just be like, let's go ape shit crazy and drink and party. The day of the eclipse, people went ape shit crazy. So it affects everyone differently. There's people that went crazy. There's people that murdered people. There's people that killed their own family members the day of the eclipse. And there's people that had some very spiritual inclinations or ascensions, I'll say. Or it's just very positive energy. Like for me, on the day of the eclipse, I literally stopped working. I stopped working. I went outside, I looked at the eclipse, and I didn't have no shades or nothing. Like I looked at that thing because a lot of times a lot of people say like don't look at it, but here's the thing: people who are less melanated and really don't have, I would say, sufficient melanin within their eyes to combat looking at the eclipse. Or in other words, I'll just say it like this. A lot of times when the Caucasian race can't do something, they say everyone else can't do it. For example, like Caucasian people, they can't just go to the beach and just be out there in the sun. They'll say, oh, you must wear sunscreen. No, you have to wear sunscreen. You know what I mean? Like if you're black or you're highly melanated, yeah, you could wear sunscreen, but it kind of defeats the purpose because the cells of the melanin within your skin cells are designed for the sun. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been walking on this planet for years without needing any sunscreen. So just you don't need sunscreen if you're melanated. So look at it like that. Just because you might be like, I ain't rocking with it. I ain't messing with the eclipse. I'm falling back. All right, then. That's your own spiritual inclination. It's like DNA, too. Everyone's different. You got vegan eaters, you got meat eaters, and you got people in between. So for me, I'm going to share what I've experienced during the eclipse. I've experienced, like, extreme positivity. Like, I remember looking at it, and I was like, it's beautiful. I felt good because I was working, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, yeah, I seen the eclipse. I told you I was going to see the eclipse. I didn't care if I was at my job or whatever. I wanted to see the eclipse. That's what I did. So then, what I do? I'm working. I go home. And when I'm trying to sleep that night, you know when you're outside all day in the sun and you try to go to sleep that night? For me, it was difficult for me to go to sleep because I had so much energy. Like, it felt like, even though I wasn't in the sun all day, it felt like I was in the sun all day. And I feel like it was because I looked directly at the eclipse. And look at it like this. I feel like I took in a lot of energy. And look at it like, imagine you got a water hose that you use to like water plants and stuff like that. Everyone knows what a water hose look like. So the eclipse, mirroring the eclipse to that, let's say that the water coming out of the water hose is energy from the sun or the sun. The eclipse would be the moon, or your thumb would be a representation of the moon. So look at it like, if you put your thumb over the water hose where the water's coming out, it's more energy. Like you could put your thumb there and shoot someone in the face, or you could make it reach further. You could like, you know, if the water's coming out like this and you're trying to clean something, like a pressure. It's more pressure putting your thumb there. The water has more of a force to get out. It's trying to get out. So look at the eclipse like that. Look at the water, the moon covering the sun, and right there is pressing up against the water, and it's more force. So you're getting a more forceful direct hit of energy, and I feel like that's probably one of the reasons why they say don't look at it. But I feel like I took in, because I did look at it and I'm fine, but I feel like I took in some of that energy. And that night when I was trying to go to sleep, it felt like I was outside all day. And I was like, dude, what the hell, man? Like I wasn't outside. Well, I just felt like I've been outside. Like I was hot. Basically, my body was overheating. And I've always overheated. Like, if you know me or you close to me, you know that I'd be like, dang, man, like sometimes I don't even like wearing socks and shoes. I walk around barefoot in the home because like the top part of my head gets extremely hot. My feet get extremely hot. My hands get extremely hot. My chest and back get extremely hot. So I overheat sometimes. And I felt like that's how I felt. And I really couldn't, down, Kai. No, down. I'm trying to tell him to go down. He gonna put his leg right. So I felt like I just took in so much positive energy, and I felt good. Like when I eventually did doze off to sleep that night, I had a dream, and I dreamed about 3 crowns. And I woke up the next day, and I painted one of the crowns, and I went online and tried to look up another crown that I dreamt of. And it was a weird dream too. Like I was destroying evil, and evil was trying to get me to. I'm not gonna go into details of it, but it's like these evil people were trying to get me to join their cult or come back that night to do something with their little evil cult shit party. It was more so like a party. So I was like, no, I ain't coming back. Y'all are weird. This is evil. I ain't got nothing to do with it. But then the dream kind of like phased to me and some other person I don't think I met yet, but we were just in the car. And then we, what happened? We was in the car driving. And then the dream faded to that night in the dream, because the part when they're trying to get me to come back. And this is gonna sound crazy, but this is the dream. The deity Amun came from the sun and appeared right in front of me and said, "Destroy everything." And like telepathically, I said, "Okay." and then this is the dream now. Then it instantly cut to me. I was in this all black, this black, gold and red. It was like all black. You know how you have like snake skin, but it was a dope ass outfit. I'm actually gonna draw that. I'm gonna paint that too. But it was a dope like all black snake skin, but diamond skin too. It might not make sense, but the design was snake skin, diamonds mixed with like diamond skin. And it had a gold collar. Well, I was wearing a gold collar with like an ancient Egyptian gold collar that was decorated in like a bunch of different symbols, but it was red. The collar was gold. It was more gold than red, but it was gold, a little bit of platinum. It had little diamonds on it. Platinum. It had platinum diamonds. More gold than anything, and red. So it was black, and it was black too. This was the collar. It was beautiful. Had beads and stuff in it, rubies, all that shit. And all the jewelry is more focused in this area right here. Like, and again, like I said, I'm gonna draw this outfit, and then the whole outfit just went just flames. But I was still alive. It was almost like I was like the Human Torch. So I'm standing there like the Human Torch. And then what happened? Then it's like, it's flames everywhere. I'm destroying shit. I'm just like, and you know in Wrath of the Titans, how Kronos came out and he just throwing fire, lava everywhere. It was like that, but like 10 times more intense. And I knew in the dream, I was destroying evil. So, well, I just, it kind of like, the fire on me changed to like, what's that dude's name? Like, what's that? what is his name? It's another superhero movie. What is his name? Dr. Manhattan. So the fire turned, it got more intense, and it like it literally was like a red version of Dr. Manhattan. And telepathically the whole time, the deity I'm on, he's levitating like behind me, above me, and just watching me. He's commanding me. He's watching me destroy all this. Cairo, get down. Down, boy. Down. So he's watching me destroy all this. And I remember in the dream, the evil person was trying to get me to come back. He was like, no, you ruined everything. And then I just zapped him. Like I flamed him, or whatever you want to call it. And the dream faded to like the ancient Egyptian, like you know, in the Prince of Egypt, when Moses walks back, he goes back into Egypt and he walks into the hall and he sees Ramesses and they have the banquet, or what, I guess it was like that. The dream faded into something like that. Everything was gold, black and white marble floors, stone floor. Like it was beautiful. And then it was like the deity Amun in human form sitting out on a crown. And he had twists. He was dark-skinned, tall, muscular brother with twists. And it was other people there, beautiful women. It was, little adorable children. It was people there. It wasn't just us. And then it was 3 crowns. It was these 3 crowns. And he said, you are to wear the 3 crowns. And some other stuff happened, but I just don't remember it. But it faded into some other stuff. The dream faded in, and I woke up and I just remembered them 3 crowns. And I took all day, not to shot an hour, but probably like from 9 a.m. all the way to 2 or 3 p.m. It took me that long to draw and paint one of those crowns. And I'm gonna do the other 2 shortly. But I'm telling you this story to say that spiritually, I feel like I'm meant to destroy a certain form or version of evil within this tribe, or just in genuine. Don't put it in stone, but something. Maybe it doesn't have to. Maybe the dream's a metaphor. Maybe I'm supposed to. I'll give you the Black Devil doctrine. And not a lot of people talks about the Black Devil doctrine, but I feel like maybe I'm supposed to destroy Black Devils. Or destroy something like a lot of people say shit is outdated. Maybe I'm supposed to destroy the outdated talk and take the doctrine and show everyone the doctrine that's not outdated. Because some information, it is outdated. But don't say something's outdated because it doesn't benefit you at that moment in time. But when you're propagating and teaching, then you're like, to stroke your ego, you're saying this outdated, that's outdated. But you're still answering and you're still accepting questions from people talking about Jesus Christ and SpongeBob SquarePants and the Easter Bunny and Patrick and Santa Claus sitting around the table, having tea or whatever. Is you gotta get rid of that. I'm just sidebarring. You gotta get rid of that. This and that's outdated. Because a lot of information, some of it, you got to know how to pick out. It might be outdated. The religion in it is outdated. We're not in that school no more. But factually, the religious stories, I'll use the Black Devil book. I know the parts that are outdated, but I get certain stories, and those stories, even though the religion, it is outdated, those stories are important. Those stories definitely make are good examples of what the master teacher is describing and talking about when he's describing a Black Devil nature within the Black Devil book. But I gave y'all that little story or that dream I had just to share a form of spirituality. Ain't no one gonna come to me and tell me what that meant. I'm figuring out what that meant. So no one can't do that to you. And again, even though I shared it, it's really personal. You're not really supposed to share stuff like that. But I just wanted to give an example of what I was referring to when it came to that eclipse. Besides that dream, man, since the eclipse, I just been happy. I've been in a good mood. I've been vibing on good vibes. I just been good. You know, I just been real good. I've been cool. I've been chilling. You know what I mean? So I feel like with it just depends on you and whatever you got going on or however you feel. You know what I mean? Like if you rock with it, rock with it. You want to do whatever you feel spiritually that's gonna keep you on a positive vibe or keep you on a path of good living or clean living. You know? But don't if you're not rocking with the eclipse, then just don't do nothing. Just chill out. Because some people are not even strong enough to know how to open and close themselves up to, because both entities, I feel like both entities, negative and positive, good and bad, came in through that eclipse. Because the day of the eclipse, when it was going on, people were killing, like, the crazy shit that happened was like, damn. But for me and the other people I spoke to, it seemed to be very positive income too, or very positive outcomes too. So don't just get caught off on one part of it, one in the negative. Just do it, vibe on how you feel. If you vibing with it, you vibing. You're not. That's all I wanted to talk about with the eclipse. I suggest you go ahead and do your honorary studies and look up different information or any other scholars, because there's a lot of information on this over the internet where you could do more in-depth studies and just come to a conclusion for your own self. Do your due diligent studies and take the time out to actually do research on this topic or eclipses and spirituality and energy, if that's something that you're into. If that's all and all our affairs are done, thank you guys for your time. I'm Har. You are watching Am Har Podcast. Why do?